So welcome back in my another tutorial of about cutting threads. So today we are going to deal with removing a broken bolt. So this is a broken bolt. So we are going to remove this broken bolt using a drill technique. So before we proceed, let's see how we are going to make it as we are saying in the video. So at the end the thing will be like that, the threads will be fine. So let's jump into the explanation. So this is a head, a cylinder head. As you are seeing, these are these valves. So this is a cylinder head. So you are going to move this bolt. This is a broken bolt, so 10 millimeters, 6 millimeters, 1.5. As you are seeing, this is the bolt, the original bolt, so which has got broken inside here. So if you try to test, so like this is the bolt, the original bolt. So this original bolt, what you have to first do, if you use this vernier caliper and you measure the size of the original bolt. So if you try to look to check this zero here, it says, if you try to count these sticks, there are 6 sticks. That means that you are going to use a tap of, this is a tap of 6 times 1.0, because 1.0 is the pitch. So this tap, so we're going to use a tap of 6 1.0, so 6 times 1.0. So if you try to test with this tap inside like this, it ties, as you are seeing. So what you need, that means that this bolt is of 6 meters. What we are going to do, we are going to use, this is a 4.3 drilling bit, but if you have 4.5 it's the best. So we are going to use this 4.2 millimeters to drill inside here. So to drill inside, after drilling inside this hole, so the remaining piece we are going to use this, I call it a kizo, as you are seeing, is sharp pointed but flat. So to to remove those excessive parts of the bolt, the remaining parts of the bolt. So after that, and we try to tap with these taps of 6.1 6 times 1.0. So let's go into the video and I show you practically. So join me, let's go. So now we are going to remove this bolt. So we are going to cover this part like this. So after covering, we are going to use this drill as I told you, 4.3 drilling bit. But before that, let's use a punch. This is a punch to put a center. So let's put a center. So now the trick is when the bolt has rotated. So after rotating, let us try to knock and see whether the bolt can move. But for that, let's drill inside with, this is a 4.3. So it is showing that it moves, but let's start drilling, and we use a remover. So we have to remove the dust. So if you try to put the camera inside like this, there are some remaining small particles, so those ones you can move them with this. You can move them with the help of this, and we remove these excessive remaining pieces. But let's first drill and pass through the bolt. So you have to be careful when the bit is soon to pass through, because it may break. So now we have passed through. So if you try to look inside, let me show you. So there are some, you see inside there are some remaining pieces, so we are going to remove them using this keys of mine. This is a keys, you see. So let's move these remaining pieces and I show you when work is done.
So have to take your time.
So now let's tap and we see the threads whether they are good. So we are going to tap with this tap of 6.0. So now the threads are not fine, they're a bit stunted. So what we are going to do, we are going to drill in and we put iridium coil inside. So we are going to drill to remove the remaining pieces with 6 millimeters or 6.5 millimeter drilling bits. So after that we are going to tap using a tap of 8. This is a tap of 8 times 1.5, 125 inside. So we are going to plan B. This is plan B. So the first one has failed because this is aluminium and the bolt is too small. That's why the threads didn't look well, didn't look neat and good, because of it was aluminium. And the second thing, the bolt is too small. So what we are going to do, we are cutting these threads to tie inside our iridium coil. So yeah, let's make our iridium coil. So this is going to be our iridium coil, to act as our iridium coil. Let's tie it and make our iridium coil. It is of the size of 8 millimeters. Okay. So we are going to use this die of 8 times 1.25, because this is the die and the tap. So the tap is going to cut, this die is going to cut the outer threads on this iridium coil. So let's cut the outer threads or the external threads. Let's put a starting point. So this is our irium coil. So we have finished to make our irium coil. Let's tie it in our hole. So we are going to tie our irium coil with the help of a spagula. So this is a spagula. So to tighten the irium coil, so let's put both sides the spagula. So you have to be a bit fast. So let's cut the excessive part of our irium coil. So after that, you are going to use the grinder to remove this part. So since we are going to tap in with a 6.5, 6.6 times 1.0, so we are going to use a 5 drilling bit to drill inside, because it's the size which we are recommended on this tap. They recommend us to drill 5.0. So we are going to drill in 5 millimeters inside. So let us adjust the hole. So after that, we have to put a seat here to make neat work like this. Make the work look good and neat. You can use a drill, but the drill might take, because this drilling bit is a bit sharp pointed. Use a bigger drill, because this is now I'm using a 14 millimeter drilling bit to put like a seat like this. So let's put this in a straight line so that we can cut the threads.
We're going to fuse
these are the 3 tapping bits of 6 times 1.0. so we are going to tap them inside with the help of a T-handle. This is a T-handle. So let's tap. So this is the first one. As you are seeing, it's a bit with standard threads. Too much standard threads at the first point compared to these ones, as you are seeing. So this is the first one. So you have even to tie this one this side to see whether you are in a straight line. So now we're in a straight line. So you have to see whether you're in a straight line. So now we're in a straight line.
So you have to cut the irium coil till the bottom.
So as you are seeing, the threads now they are good. So now we can test using our bolt. So we had the bolt, this is the bolt. Let's test. This is the bolt. Now everything is fine, as you are seeing. So now the threads are good and we have removed everything. Yes. So before we leave, let me try to explain something. So at the first time there was a broken bolt inside, so we tried to remove the broken bolt using a drilling bit of 4.3 millimeter drills. So we drilled inside and removed the bolt, but in testing, when we tried to tap using a 6.6 times 1.0 tap inside, so we had a stunted threads inside. So what we had to do, we had to drill in to remove completely those threads using a 6.5 millimeter drilling bit, and we tapped in with 8 times 1.25 to tie or to put in our iridium coil. So this iridium coil, we used a die of 8.25 as the tap of 8.25. So we use this die to cut the outer threads or the external threads, and we tied it inside here. After tying it inside, we drilled in using a 5 millimeter drilling bit. So this 5 millimeter drilling bits, so we drilled inside. So that because we drilled there, because we are recommended to drill, they recommend us to drill, as you are seeing here down, drill 5.0. So we drilled in with a 5 millimeter drilling bits. After that, we tapped in with these threads. So that was what was needed for this work. So see you in the next video. So thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, subscribe, like and share. See you in the next video.